All right, Rick Ector, host of Rick Firearm Academy of Detroit, is with us on the show right now. Rick, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Cam, buddy. I'm doing just fine, man. How are you guys doing down in Virginia?
We are good. It's hot. It's very, very hot right now.
That's good. It's supposed to be. Enjoy it while it's there. I know this past winter we had something called the polar vortex, and we couldn't wait to have warm weather. So I'm going to enjoy it.
That's right. And with the warm weather in many parts of the country, Rick, comes an increase in violent crime. I don't know if the numbers are up or down. I think it probably depends on what category you're looking at in Detroit. But we know that there was another home invasion, and the Detroit News reports a homeowner was shot, 55-year-old man. He had woken up about 3:15 in the morning, heard noises outside. He opened the front door to investigate and was shot for apparently opening that door. The victim, though, is a gun owner. He's actually a concealed carry holder, but he's a gun owner. He had that firearm. Officer Dan Donikowski says he returned fire. It's unknown if any shots took effect. Victim's injuries are thankfully considered non-life-threatening, and it appears as if the return fire there caused the suspects to leave in a hurry, Rick.
Yeah, one of the unfortunate things, man, is that, we have our challenges crime-wise. We have a chief we think is doing the best he can with the resources he can. As a matter of fact, I honestly believe he does more, with his group than anybody else can do with the available resources. They do what they can, man. But, we have our issues. And despite the fact that, several home invaders, over the past time frame have been shot and in some cases have been killed, coming into people's homes uninvited, they still choose to try to, come in and assault homeowners. And, all we can do is do what we can to protect ourselves and our family. One little small detail that the story pointed out was that he had a CPL holder. I just want to make it clear to anybody that's listening to this story that you don't need a CPL to have a gun in your home, at least in the state of Michigan. And, I applaud him for being aware at that hour of the night or the wee hours of the morning, depending on how you want to look at it, and having a firearm. Probably I wouldn't suggest someone leave the safety of their home to go out and look for somebody. But I'm glad he did have a firearm, and I'm glad that he was had an opportunity to defend himself. I'm sorry to hear that he got injured, but, that goes with the territory. What would have happened had he not had a firearm? So, that's the mantra that we who espouse, gun rights and personal protection that we talk about all the time. We just want a chance to defend ourselves.
Well, absolutely. When you talk about the challenges that the city of Detroit faces and the police department of the city of Detroit face, Detroit, I think, is a unique situation in a variety of areas. The time it takes for police to respond in some cases, Rick, I know has been a challenge and something that Chief Craig has wanted to bring down. But, he'd be the first to acknowledge that. In fact, I think he has acknowledged that we can't be there instantaneously. You do have to be able to protect yourself.
Well, the city of Detroit is 144 square miles, man, and the manpower that they have in the department has drastically decreased, over the last decade or so. I think I've heard numbers of just over 2,200 officers to man that department. And 144 square miles, they can't be everywhere. So it's always been my position that it's incumbent upon citizens, residents of Detroit, to take on a more active role in their personal protection and to be their first responders. The police are going to get there. We just don't know exactly when. They're going to get there as soon as they can, but we have a lot of things going on in Detroit, and until they can get there, you need to have a means of protecting yourself. And, I talk to people all the time, man, and I understand that, taking on a more active role in your personal protection is kind of scary to some people. But, the alternative, I believe, is even more scary. So, it's basically up to each individual resident, every homeowner to decide, well, what are they prepared to do? And if it happens, what are they going to do? So, for those who are proactive, you don't have to tell me. I've looked down the wrong end of the firearm, and I can tell you that I'd rather have a means of protecting myself than not being able to.
Talking with Rick Ector, Rick's Farm Academy, Detroit. Absolutely right, Rick. And, as always, I got to ask, is business still busy for you? Are you still seeing a lot of people who are interested in becoming concealed carry holders or becoming gun owners?
Yeah, it's still going good, man. And there's still people who are expressing an interest. Believe it or not, this business is cyclical. During the summer, there's a little drop-off in terms of the people who actually come in for training, but it's still at an appreciable level. And I'm still out there. I'm still pounding the pavement. I'm still exhorting our people to continue to take on a more active role in their personal protection. And our numbers are still steadily increasing, not only in the city, in the metro region, and across the state. People are paying attention. And you know what? By additional numbers of people taking on a more active role in their personal protection, we're going to be great. We're going to be fun.
Rick, listen, I appreciate you coming on the program, sir. It's always a pleasure talking with you. Hope we can do it again soon.
Absolutely, man. Enjoy talking with all you guys. Give everybody my regards. And I look forward to seeing you guys in Louisville in a couple, next year.
Yes, sir. We'll see you there. If not before then, Rick Ector with us from Detroit, Michigan, here on NRA News, Cam and Company.